Hello everybody. Today I will talk about a project on enabling smart services for underserved urban communities with edge computing, with a special focus on education and internet access. Our PIs are all from Georgia Tech, and our community partners are the Booker T. Washington High School and Raising Expectations, which is an after-school mentoring program. Today's classrooms involve extensive use of the internet, be it for online lessons during COVID or for submitting assignments via Google Classrooms. However, studies show that up to 30% of households in the low to mid-income bracket in urban areas lack broadband access to the internet. The West Side neighborhood of Atlanta is one example of a low-income neighborhood. With the help of our community partners, we learned that while schools provide free Wi-Fi and internet access while in session, many students don't have internet at their homes. Since students and their schools are still physically in the same locality, we examined the use of long-range wireless links to form a wireless mesh network to extend internet connectivity to the apartments in which the students live, which is in a 0.5-mile radius of the school. Using such a mesh, we investigate the feasibility of deploying applications like video conferencing without internet. We set up a pair of mesh-connected antennas in Georgia Tech, which are currently capable of running a video conferencing server, and we plan on setting up a few more such devices to better understand their performance. Eventually, with the involvement from school and the other community partners, we plan to deploy these antennas in the West Side neighborhood of Atlanta. The mesh would be self-sustaining in the sense that the benefits of internet connectivity and service availability will further adoption and maintenance from the community itself. However, the fundamental nature of Wi-Fi mesh networks is that available bandwidth is shared among the participating nodes. Existing orchestration platforms like Kubernetes, which are mainly used in data center settings, do not account for bandwidth during resource allocation. This is important because we plan on eventually deploying applications on the mesh, and the bandwidth available is going to be limited, and therefore we need to be careful about how we deploy the applications. We could end up with a deployment that is suboptimal for the user experience. Ideally, we want to create a bandwidth-aware deployment of services on the mesh. Here is our progress report for the project. We have identified community partners. We have created a prototype of a video conferencing service which can be deployed on the mesh. We are in the process of creating a multi-node wireless mesh network at Georgia Tech, and we are in the process of creating a bandwidth-aware orchestrator for deploying applications on the mesh. And finally, we have to start deploying the mesh in the neighborhood and testing user experience with the mesh. Thank you for listening.